So how much does it actually cost to take the CIA exam? Well, let me go through and break it down for you. Hi, I'm Jason Mefford. Um, Now, here's the real thing to start off with. A lot of people ask about how much it costs, and that's probably the wrong word that you should be using. So the first thing is to stop thinking about it as a cost, but instead think of it as an investment. In order to get certified as a certified internal auditor, it will take an investment of time and money for you to be able to get that. Now, the reason I say investment is because once you have the certification, it opens up a lot of things in your career to earning more money, getting a promotion, other things like that. But it requires you to actually make an investment first. So let's talk about some of the costs because I get this question a lot, and often people don't actually realize what it truly costs or what the true investment is to get your CIA certification. So let's talk about kind of the pathway that a lot of people go. They decide, I want to take the exam. They go out, they buy materials, they start reading a book, they start looking through sample questions, they study a little bit, they go and take the exam, and often they don't pass. Okay, so what's the investment there? Well, you've invested some time because it's taken you time to be able to study. And for a lot of people, it varies, but many people will spend probably between 80 to 150 hours per part of the exam. So we'll just say 100 hours, okay? So you've invested 100 hours of your time. You've had to pay the testing fees. You've probably spent about $1,000 on materials. And so that's what your investment is so far. You've invested the $1,000 for the materials, another about $2,000 in your time, because if you think of your time at $20 an hour times 100, that's $2,000 worth of your time. So you've invested about $3,000 to take the first exam. Now, if you didn't pass, it means you have to do it again. And so this is what I find a lot of times when I talk to people. They'll have taken an exam 3 or 4 times and don't pass. And the reason is they're probably not using the best method for study. And reading the book by itself is not a very effective way to learn. In fact, it's probably the least effective way for most people to learn. And so one of the things that I do in the Mefford CIA review course is a different and unconventional approach. And so we use videos so you can actually see and hear what's going on. So that actually makes it much more enjoyable. I hear a lot of times from people, reading the book is boring. It puts me to sleep. Well, the videos don't do that. But here's something else that's interesting, and I did this on purpose, is seeing and hearing at the same time is using 2 of your senses instead of just 1. Now, I developed a learning system called the Multisensory Learning process that I actually incorporate and use with the Mefford CIA review course. What this does is it actually allows you to tap into everything up in your brain. Instead of just the 10% that you normally spend in cognitive learning, it helps you to open up and access your subconscious brain, which is about where 90% of your brain activity actually is happening. And so this is something that's different, but I really believe in this. And because of that, I give away the Multisensory Learning course for free as part of the Mefford CIA review course. Now, why would I do that? Because I want you to pass the first time. I don't want you to take the exam 4 different times. I want you to learn the material as quickly as you can. I want you to be able to remember it, and using multisensory learning will help you do both of those things so that you can pass the exam the first time. Okay, so again, what kind of an investment is it to take the CIA exam? Well, that really kind of depends on you. You know, if you go the traditional route that a lot of people go, by the end, it's going to cost you $20,000 or $30,000 in time and money for materials, retesting fees, and your time to study. At, again, assuming $20 an hour which I think you're all worth at least that. Okay, so the choice is yours. You can go through the traditional learning methods and probably spend or invest $20,000 or $30,000 of time and money, or you can actually use a different and unconventional approach that the Mefford CIA review course uses. And instead of spending or investing $20,000 or $30,000, invest $2,000. The choice is up to you. Like I said, my goal is to help people pass the exam as quick as possible and hopefully on the first try. That's what I'm trying to accomplish. And when you use the methods in the Mefford CIA review course, you can have that too. And I'm so confident of that, that if you don't pass the first time using my review course, I will actually sit down with you one-on-one for 2 hours and give you 2 full hours of my time to talk about and teach you one-on-one anything that you want to learn. So go out there, invest what you need to be able to move your career forward, but do it in a smart way. Because like I said, I love to help everyone who wants help. I would just rather not have you be the person that calls me after they haven't passed 4 or 5 times and they're very frustrated at that point. They feel like giving up. I want you to be able to do this the first time. So let's go out there and get certified. Rock on internal audit.